The Consumer Electronics Show just wrapped up in Las Vegas. More than 4,000 companies were there to showcase the latest and greatest products and innovations. Jason Kryko from UF Innovation Station breaks down some of the highlights from this year. All right, so Jason, I'm jealous because I always want to go. Every year I'm watching, following. You've gone in the past, and I know you followed every year. How did this year's show compare to past years?
Well, every so often it's a rebuilding year, and this year is the year they kind of said it's the end of the dumb home. And they said, when we look back, 10 years from now, I read an interesting article, that this is the year really where people integrated and got things into the smart home and made it more user-friendly.
Oh. Gotcha. So hence, no more dumb home, everything in our house.
Dumb.
My home is also...
My home is dumb, too.
What does it feel like to be there on the floor? Because it looks massive.
It's incredible. You can hardly walk. It's shoulder to shoulder, 150,000 plus people, 2 million square feet of space. But there's everything that you could imagine. So when you're walking around and you're meeting, everyone's interacting on the same level. So you can find what you like and have discussions with anyone.
So last year when you went, I remember you came back and said, we didn't see a bunch of new products. We just kind of perfected some of the technology that was out there. So going back to what you said earlier about it being a rebuilding year, is that more of what happened, or did we see new things?
We saw some new things. We're seeing the improvement of autonomous vehicles, of different things that are coming out. We saw a lot more integration of home products. Last year was year of the Alexa, this year Google Home. Now even Microsoft is making an entrance into the stage for the automated home. So that's what we're seeing now, is really the push to have everybody integrating into home.
We're going to have to do it, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's start with, I love this, like health and beauty. We saw tech come in. So tell us what we saw there.
Well, L'Oreal has come out with a product, and you know, we talked earlier about what you've had with the nose.
Yes.
It is a UV sensor that goes on your fingernail, and throughout the day it works with your phone, interacts with an app, and it lets you know your sun exposure. So that whether or not you need to reapply suntan lotion, the things that you're working with, you really have a better understanding for your skin health for what you're doing. And this is athletes as well. I know when I was big into triathlons, how much sun exposure was I having, and UV exposure, especially on our sun coast. This is really relevant to us in our region.
And
It can save
responsible.
lives.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This could be a huge deal. All right, so now what about the hearing fitness app you brought?
Well, you know, that's part of my background is audiology, and Oticon has come out with an instrument that, with hearing fitness, the hearing aid listens. It's an internet-connected hearing aid. So with all these home interactions, someone rings your doorbell, it'll ring to your ear. It'll, your telephone, different things like that. You can integrate it. But what this does is it looks at the overall fitness and what you're in. So let's say you're in a loud environment too long. The app itself will say, listen, you spent way too much stressful time today in noise. You probably should go to bed early tonight. It works with your Apple Watch and different things to analyze ways to help you. And with the hearing aids now, with early onset dementia, things like that, we know that fitting hearing instruments is important. So with the hearing aids, it also gives the ability for the people at home to analyze, how long have you been wearing it every day? Are you using it correctly? And it helps the person overall.
That makes me feel a little bit better, because at first, my first thought when you say this is, oh, we're all going to be walking around in silos, only hearing what we hear. But this actually is going to open up communication for people that do have hearing issues.
Absolutely. And for the family to find out, no, dad's only wearing it 2 hours a day. It's like wearing glasses 2 hours a day. You'll never get used to bifocals or progressive lenses. You have to wear it.
Wow. So two socially responsible kind of categories came out of this. All right, cars. We've already been hearing a little bit about the cars. What did you notice?
Well, you know, we're finally seeing more of the autonomous vehicle. Tesla's had that around. We're seeing it integrate more and more. You can go buy a Mazda that's going to stop itself. But General Motors has come along, and they've removed the steering wheel from the autonomous vehicle.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, so now you actually, no steering wheel, but they're looking at the next stage of people that really want to use the autonomous ability of vehicles to drive around and get them to where they need to be. And that's, General Motors has taken a huge step forward. We'll see if they ever make it without a steering wheel, but this is something available.
Wow.
I think we like the appearance of control, even if the steering wheel doesn't work.
Absolutely, just put something there.
Yeah, you don't have to connect it, just let us hold it.
My daughter's about to turn 15. I want the brake on the passenger side so I'm on the floor.
Maybe you'll get an app for that.
Yes, absolutely. Just push your button, brake.
So I know we're going to keep hearing more about what was at CES, but you know, you're part of UF Innovation Station.
Yes.
given especially what we were talking about with STEM on the Suncoast, tell us what you all are doing here to kind of help tackle that.
Absolutely. Well, we're doing two things. One, we've started Gator Engineering at SCF, and that's for students that want to stay local, and we have our first cohort in there now. And these are students that are Gator students, but they're at SCF in Venice, and then they'll move up in a smaller class setting. We are also creating jobs, engineering jobs, and we had 25 interns last year, and we're building from there.
That's great news.
That is
great
great.
to
Yes, it
hear.
is.
Well, thank you for all you're doing, and thank you for keeping us up to date on all the new tech. You can find out more about UF Innovation Station. You can go right to their website. That is eng.ufl.edu/flexstation. All right, coming up next, Martin Luther King Jr. events that are happening right here on the Suncoast.